Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for joining you this late. Because of the multiple, events that we have to coordinate from our mission, but better late than never. The Gambia is indeed honored, to join you this afternoon on this very important subject of, the commemoration of the International Day of Older Persons. We thank the organizers, as well as our fellow core group members, Argentina, Slovenia, Brazil, and Philippines, for their leadership and continued engagement on this important topic over the past year or so. We also recognize the vital role that civil society organizations and representatives of older persons play in advancing the rights and well-being of older persons, including through advocacy, service delivery, and by giving a voice to older persons themselves. This year's commemoration, which is very appropriately themed as older persons driving local and global action, our aspirations, our well-being, and our rights, reminds us that older persons are not just right holders, but also active contributors to the social, cultural, and economic life of our societies. Therefore, ensuring their dignity and equality in our societies is a shared responsibility. In the Gambia, like many African states, older persons are revered as custodians of wisdom, culture, and tradition. They play an essential role in family and community life, in resolving disputes and transmitting values to younger generations. Our cultural heritage recognizes older persons as sources of guidance, moral authority, and stability. Therefore, protecting their rights is not just a legal obligation, but a moral and cultural duty deeply rooted in our societies. This is why the Gambia has been a proud and consistent supporter of initiatives within the Human Rights Council to advance this agenda. We co-led both the resolution establishing the independent expert on the enjoyment of the rights of older persons, as well as the most recent resolution 58/13 calling for the elaboration of a legally binding instrument on the rights of older persons. At the regional level, we welcome the entry into force of the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the rights of older persons, which the Gambia has also proudly signed, and its domestication and implementation remain high on the national agenda. Domestically, the Gambia has also taken progressive steps towards the promotion and protection of the rights of older persons in various areas of social and economic life. Through strengthening social protection measures and community-based support systems for older persons, incorporating promotion and protective measures into national social policy frameworks and long-term development planning, as well as promoting the active role of older persons in community life as leaders and custodians of cultures and values. Madam Chairperson, population aging is a global reality. While Africa may have a lower proportion of older persons compared to other regions, in absolute terms, our continent is home to some of the largest number of older persons. Therefore, they are and must be entitled to enjoyment of their rights on an equal basis with all other persons. And so the Gambia reaffirms its strong commitment to continue working at the national, regional, and international levels to ensure that older persons everywhere live with dignity, equality, and inclusion. And in conclusion, we recommit ourselves to fully participate in the historic elaboration of the Convention on the Rights of Older Persons, as well as recommit to an inclusive process with older persons at the center of the negotiations and not as bystanders or receivers of our benevolence. Thank you very much.